Second time he's forgotten.
Yeah. I think every time I've been on, he's forgotten it.
Welcome, everybody. This is episode 52 of the Sports Desk, the Ray Lewis episode, the 1 year full of shows, full of me spewing hot garbage, full of Jack spewing hot garbage. And yes, you cannot see my face right now. As I mentioned in a previous episode way back, and then I talked to Bree about it on the Time Out With You Stadium. I said, hey, if one of my teams wins a championship, I'm going to shave. Well, Bree scoffed at it. The very next team won a championship. So I got a haircut and beard trim inspired by our Lord and Savior, Dansby Swanson. My hair isn't curly, so it doesn't quite work. But can we get a 3, 2?
Let's see it.
How's it going, everybody?
Doesn't look that different, honestly.
It's like much shorter, obviously.
Yeah.
So
I was expecting like a huge change, but it doesn't look that.
Like he's just got the soul patch and the mustache left. Yeah, and that's it. Yeah. You can only dream.
Yeah. So yeah, let's see that haircut. So here we are. It was like way back. It was like maybe I don't know, like this much,
something like that.
Like it's a solid amount. Like I looked on the floor, and it's like, dang, it's like a dog shed or a cat shed. So there we are. How's it going, guys? We got Jack. We have the obligatory pointing of the finger, and we have Henry, friend of the show,
friend of the pod.
How's it going, fellas?
We have our names from the last stream.
Oh, yes, we do.
Still, and their splash is still on IR. I'm still clinching a playoff spot.
They are
correct. Half cleared COVID protocols, so
you're still on the COVID list.
Yeah.
So
got to test out, I think.
Yeah.
Speaking of COVID list, I have a theory before we get into it. We're going to talk about the Bengals a little bit today. So they had a couple players test positive for COVID. Do you think it's like a viable strategy if you're the Bengals, Cowboys, one of these teams has already clinched their spot? Just get all of your players with COVID so they don't risk missing any games?
What do you mean by that?
You're saying give every player on your roster COVID?
Give everybody
COVID. So they don't get it again?
Yes. If you're the Bengals, right, what is stopping you from getting everyone in the building, like get Burrow COVID, Mixon COVID, Chase COVID, every important player? What's stopping you from getting all of them with COVID? And then in 2 weeks when you play the Bills or the Patriots or whatever, all of your players are good. Thoughts?
I mean, yes, but absolutely not on every level possible.
I mean, you don't want people to get sick, and I know it's not really
valid.
like
Jason Tatum. Right? He's got that long COVID. He finds it hard to breathe. We still don't fully know all the effects of all of it.
Yeah, exactly.
So I just say that's just a stupid business decision.
Okay, that's a valid point. I was inspired, if you will. My grandmother told me a story that when one of the kids in the neighborhood got sick, like with like measles or something.
Yeah, chickenpox. Exactly.
They would like share all of it, like make a party with all the kids, get all of them there, and then it's all done. Everyone's done in like 2 weeks. So I wanted to throw it out there. We're going to touch on the Bengals. Obviously, Jamar Chase is our thumbnail today. The Bengals have won the AFC North for the first time since 2015. They swept the Browns. They swept. Nope. They didn't. They swept the Ravens. They swept the Steelers. And by virtue of beating the Kansas City Chiefs in a comeback win, they were down 14 points. They are the AFC North champions. How do we feel?
Considering where they were a couple of years ago, I think it's about time. It's a nice little comeback for this team. I mean, they looked like they were starting out really hot, especially with that
Yeah,
we both looked at the same time.
We both tried it. Yeah, thank you for the super chat, Noah. We appreciate it. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments, and we will answer them right away. We appreciate it.
Anyway, the Jamar Chase Joe Burrow connection was on fire. The LSU connection, if you will, was on fire early to start the season, and they've been looking really solid all year long. They've only gotten better, so this is a nice comeback for this team, I'd say.
Yeah, remember, this is the team that lost to Henry's Jets.
I know. Wait, no. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we did.
What do you mean, oh, no?
Oh, yeah. I was thinking, like, I forgot we played them.
Mike White.
Yeah.
The Mike White game.
Yeah.
I do think that game's kind of BS, but
yeah, no.
the Bengals lost, so
fluke
it's fun.
Among flukes.
because it did require one of the weirder tipped interceptions, which is people are like, well, Joe Burrow has 14 interceptions. He's not that good. Well, if you watch his interceptions, you know they're pretty fluky. And he has a very, with like PFF does turnover worthy plays, right? So most of the time, your turnover worthy play number is a little bit higher than your interception number. Burrow's is very similar to his interception number. So that means most of the time, if he puts the ball in harm's way, it's almost always a pick. It's almost like TJ Watt's sack rate. We'll touch on that later, but okay, yeah, he has 20 and a half sacks, 21 and a half sacks. That's great. He's also finishing sacks at like 50% almost, which is unsustainable. So if you think he's going to have like 7 pressures and 3.5 sacks, he might in an individual game. But that's not sustainable.
To circle back to the Jets-Bengals game, I am remembering it now more and more as I'm like, that happened this year. Like that's confused. That's what's confusing to me, is that within a year we had the Mike White game, the Zach Wilson game, the Zach Wilson gets hurt game, the Braxton Berrios game, the Joe Flacco game.
Flacco.
Yeah, exactly. So
Super Bowl MVP, Joe Flacco.
So what the Jets did that the Bengals couldn't stop was the way they ran their offense. It was completely coaching versus coaching chess match, and Mike White had to be a simple pawn, and he played his role properly. The Bengals, their defense stayed in a very soft zone. They let White have the checkdowns every single time. I don't think he really attempted to pass more than 20 yards down the field. So honestly, I was just coaching. Zach Taylor is the only thing holding the Bengals back, I think, at this point.
I think I've said it on air before. I've mentioned it to Bengals fans I know. Zach Taylor is the only thing stopping me from saying the Bengals are going to win the next 15 division, because Joe Burrow is legit, like I told all of you idiots last year. Jamar Chase is unreal. These are
Joe
some
Burrow,
special pieces.
If Joe Burrow doesn't get hurt last year, he's going to win the MVP, or the Rookie of the Year.
I don't think he had the statistical profile to do that. He kind of got screwed over with some games. He would have like one touchdown, or one touchdown and a pick, or like the thing I think of is the Chargers game. He had a rushing touchdown and an interception, a really bad interception at that. So I don't think it would have been Herbert's to lose, really. But yeah, Burrow's insane.
Does Burrow win Comeback Player of the Year?
He deserves it. I do not trust people not to give it to Dak, though.
Right.
Yeah,
I think
Dak.
It's like, to me, as long as Dak like played the season, it's kind of like an Alex Smith scenario. But if Alex Smith and Dak Prescott were in the same year, Alex Smith obviously wins. But I think that the way Dak, as the gruesomeness, is that a word? Gruesomeness of the injury, with him being the Cowboys quarterback, and they won the division, and they have 11 wins, and all this, I think that adds to it. Burrow's had a better season. Burrow is better. Burrow's going to get some MVP votes. He might win. Well, I don't think the Bengals are going to play their starters this week. The way the line looks betting wise, I believe the Browns are favored or were favored. So that's anticipating the Bengals not playing their starters. So if he doesn't play, he's not going to help out his MVP case, but who knows? So, congratulations to the Bengals.
Yeah,
I do agree. I do agree with Tixa that Humphrey or Slater, pick your poison there. I think they've been the best 2 rookies, but I think the production Chase has. Also, Mac Jones might win it. So, I wish it did go to the best player as opposed to who has the best story.
Yeah.
But hey, it happens. It happens. So with that said, 266 yards for Jamar Chase. I just sent 2 different pushes to all NFL just for Jamar Chase. I sent like 5 the entire day, and 2 of them were
about Jamar Chase. Yeah, he balled out.
Yeah.
That
50
was
plus fantasy points.
That was the game where they trailed the Chiefs took a 2-touchdown lead to start the game.
Yep.
And they just did not quit. That was a heck of an effort.
That was unreal. Just the kind of the swagger they show. That was very cool. And I know on the app the other day, I'm like, why is this Bengals team so likable? Why does everyone love the Bengals? Well, because Burrow is cocky and they back it up. And I think that's that's how I figured that out. Firsthand experience twice. So
It's one thing to be cocky; it's another thing to back it up. So
yeah, so I think it. You guys remember when we talked about Joe Judge preseason? That his
Yes.
like his tactics, you have to win for them to work. I do think you have to. If you're the Bengals, you have to win, or else you're going to be super unlikable. If you're smoking cigars after winning the AFC North, like okay.
Yeah. Have you seen the video? That guy calling him like Joe Burr, Joe Shiesty? You know, like that's not like he's likable. It's comedic.
Yeah.
You don't see that. You don't see anyone doing that with Daniel Jones.
Oh, now let's talk for this 1 second on this Giants offense without Daniel Jones. Let me tell you a stat. This is probably the best stat of the entire season. As my grandmother moves plastic bags and I can hear them in my headphones. Anyways, Mike Glennon has the lowest PFF passing grade in a game all season. That probably isn't surprising. He was awful. It was so bad. I've never seen a passing grade this low. You can throw an interception. You can have an attempt and throw an interception on your first play, your only play of the game. Like Jarvis Landry got strip sacked, but pretend he threw an interception against the Ravens. You're not going to have a 19 PFF passing grade.
No.
19. Also, fun fact, Kellen Mond, Mike Zimmer's best friend, Kellen Mond, had the second worst PFF passing grade of the entire season. He was he had 23. He had one turnover-worthy play in one drive. It was bad. It was very bad. Mike Glennon was awful. He's not playing this week, so my eyes are saved. But Jake Fromm is playing this week, so my eyes aren't saved.
Oh, jeez.
I'm glad that game means absolutely positively nothing, so I have no interest in watching for it.
Who are they playing? The Eagles?
They play the Washington Redacteds.
Oh.
The Washington fighting team. Hey, Washington announced that they're going to have
2nd. If they're called the Washington Groundhogs because they're releasing their name on goddamn Groundhog Day, I mean, I'm sure it's going to be like the Hogs or something.
That'd be cool.
I don't think it's going to be it.
Or be a shout out to the 1980s offensive line.
I would like to be Bill Murray.
I
would not like to root for the Washington Groundhogs.
I've seen Sentinels was a name trending on Twitter. I've seen
Admirals. I've heard that one.
was one. Commanders was one that I saw.
Jack, we have a question for you from another Jack. Did Cooper Kupp fall off a cliff?
He did not fall off a cliff.
How do you feel that he didn't set race relations back 300 years on Sunday?
We'll do it next week.
Ooh. Speaking of, let's get in some hot takes. Fire them up.
Guys, I have a U Stadium announcement.
We have it.
Yes. Nick just sent this in the chat. Our very own host university, Zachary Berman, credentials approved, Senior Bowl bound. He'll be in Mississippi come draft time.
That is amazing.
Attaboy,
Great stuff,
that's awesome.
Zach. Wow.
All right.
That's pretty cool.
Oh,
yeah.
Fake vaccine card. I love. Okay, we do not condone fake vaccine cards. If you don't want to be vaccinated, that's fine, but don't fake a vaccine card. Anyways, back to regularly scheduled programming. All right, we have this feature on the U Stadium app. It's called Takes. If you go on the app and you're like, Splash, hey, where's Takes? Look on the bottom. There's 5 buttons. There's Feed, Takes, a big green button, Scores, and Notifications. If you tap on Takes, you go to this page, and you can see Tom Brady wins the NFL MVP. I'm going to disagree with that. I'm going to disagree with it live. We're going to tap. See that red button right there? We're going to click it. If I can. We're going to click it. Another big red button says disagree. Yeah, I think Stefan's wrong here. So I'm going to say I'm risking 500 points. So there you go. Boom. That was live.
Just disagreed with you live on the air.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like that, Stefan.
You're gonna have to join and plead your case. But we have some spicy hot takes. Let's see how it's going. First off, this is from friend of the show, former co-host on the show, the Bursch. He says Tom Brady wins NFL MVP.
Aaron Rodgers is going to win MVP. As much as we don't want him to, I've been the Cooper Cup guy, which is definitely not going to happen because he's a wide receiver, and no one other than quarterbacks seem to win this award nowadays. And Aaron
Unless you
Rodgers
run
has
for
just
2,000
been,
yards. But even Derrick Henry didn't win it last year. Henry, who's your MVP?
I want it to be Jonathan Taylor, but I know it's going to be most vaccinated player, Aaron Rodgers.
I like I like that. Immunized, the MIP.
Yeah, the MIP,
right.
there you go.
Yeah, there you go. Take number 2. This is from Splash. I wonder
who that guy is.
I don't know who he is. He seems to be a Steelers fan. He says Steelers make the playoffs by beating Baltimore and Colts losing to Jacksonville. It's gotten a lot of push. He's the only one that's agreed. There's been 6 people that have disagreed. So we have a solid. This is not a pie chart, but we have a solid bit of red there.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
I think I'm going to join the 6 people. Make it 7. There's no way that the Trevor Lawrence, Darren Bevel-led Jaguars are ever going to beat the Indianapolis Colts. I don't care how many starters they rest.
Yeah, I think
No.
I was going to say, I think that I think that the reason this take is getting a lot of red, a lot of disagrees, is because the Colts are not going to lose to the Jaguars. I mean, that's just not going to happen, period, unless they rest starters. But
which they can't rest starters because they're going to win and in.
Yeah.
Okay, let me plead my case for this Splash fella. I'm a sadist at heart, and I'm an eternal pessimist. So I don't want to root for the bad things, but shout out to Spider-Man. If you expect to be disappointed, you can't be disappointed. Something like that. I forget what the line was, but regardless. So if I expect the Ravens to lose and the Steelers to make the playoffs, well, that means the Colts have to lose. So I got some fun facts for you. The Colts haven't won in Jacksonville since 2014. Yes, I'm aware that that's the Andrew Luck days, and there were some goofy ones like the year that the Jags were really, 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 really good, and some weird Andrew Luck games. Mm-hmm. But even last year, the 1-15 Jags, the only team they beat, the Colts, when they came to Jacksonville. So I don't know. I don't know if there's some voodoo magic in Jacksonville, but what I do know is that I'm an eternal pessimist when it comes to my sports teams. So
wait,
there we are.
If the Ravens lose, they're eliminated.
Yes, the Ravens can be eliminated in one of 4 ways. The most likely of which is they lose. Well, the most likely of which is the Colts beat the Jaguars, which would knock the Ravens and Steelers out. The second most likely is the Ravens lose to the Steelers. Then the Dolphins beat the Patriots. So if the Dolphins beat the Patriots, the Ravens are out. And if the Chargers beat the Raiders, the Ravens are out. So with my luck, we're going to beat the Steelers. The Jags are going to upset the Colts, mother of all upsets. Then the Patriots are going to beat the Dolphins and try to keep up with the division. And then the Raiders are like, oh, well, we make the playoffs anyways because we own the tiebreaker over Baltimore, and they're going to rest Derek Carr 5 minutes before the game, and the Chargers will cream them 45-3.
Right.
So we're vibing. We are vibing. Yeah.
I almost prefer being eliminated in October to having to fret about week 18. It's so much less stress. No heartbreak. Just know you're bad.
Well, you do have to stress about missing draft picks again.
So we have a new take. I have to stress about arguing with people on Twitter.
With a live one. He says Washington's new name is the Washington Flames. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I'm going to have to disagree.
Calgary moving their hockey team?
Yes.
They might be, actually. I'm kind of kidding. I don't think they're going to. We'll get into that later, but
I don't think so.
I'm not sure what they're going to do. Obviously, they revealed the teaser, so they're still keeping the burgundy and gold. They have some kind of circle logo that they're going to put on the back of the jersey.
I think my pick is Hogs.
See, I'm still partial to Redskin potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Washington taters.
I don't hate that. The Washington Fighting Teammates is funny.
Watch all this debate and stuff, and they're going to end up still being called the Washington Football Team.
I bet. All right, so we have a couple takes from Frankie. One from Henry. Never met Henry before. Both of them are pretty high on this TJ Watt fella. We watched him get 4 sacks last night. So Henry says TJ Watt will break the NFL sack record, which is 22.5.
He only needs one more.
He needs 1.5 more to break it.
No, he has 21.5.
Yeah, he needs 1.5 to break, just 1 to
Oh
tie.
yeah. Okay, 1 to tie.
And then
1.5 to break.
Frankie over here, the Ravens hater, says TJ Watt finishes with 23.5 plus. So he needs 2 against the turnstile known as Alejandro Villanueva, TJ Watt's former teammate. I think you guys are slacking a little bit. He's going to get like 8 sacks. He's going to get to 30. I'm not going to
respect our troops here. You say Villanueva is complacent.
I'm going to say that
just the 1 sack.
I'm going to say that it
half a
depends
sack.
on who is Lamar going to play in this game.
Good question. I have no idea.
I think it depends on whether Lamar plays. If Lamar
if he
plays,
does, then he's probably going to start trying to make plays and like run into a sack. But if Huntley plays, then you play a different kind of, not the same offense, but it's a little bit faster tempo, right? So instead of like letting Huntley create like you would with Lamar, you're going to have more quick passing patterns and more of like the nonsense the Ravens tried to do at the end of the game against the Rams, that you're going 2 yards on a check down. It's a minute to go and you have no timeouts. Regardless, if Huntley plays, I think it limits Watt's sack upside, especially if the Ravens, heaven forbid, take a lead and have to run the ball, because for some reason they are the one team that runs the ball really well in the Steelers, regardless of if Lamar Jackson plays or not. So who knows? I think he's going to get 8 sacks, but that's just me. Tixa, we're hitting you back up. He says the Diamondbacks don't finish last in the National League West this season.
We think the Diamondbacks are going to be a competent baseball team this year.
That's a bold claim. They sucked last year.
That's a Carolina Reaper. I'm kind of kidding there, but
yeah. I mean,
baseball is just not happening right now, so it's tough to even call.
Yeah. What if it's a 1-game season?
Oh, jeez.
And they win their game.
God, that would be the best season in the history ever. Like, have a 4-game round robin of each division.
Actually, don't hate that.
Wait, hang on.
It's like the World Cup, but
4-game round robin.
NFL needs to do this.
And then that all combines to each division winner, playoff bracket, World Series, best of 7.
Okay, Jack, we're doing this on a stroke this summer.
We're doing what? We're doing
we're doing a World Cup style NFL season.
On Madden, we can do it.
Yeah. The Madden works, and we have like a. I guess we could also do home and away.
Yeah.
So kind of like how the Champions League does it.
Yeah.
Every other year.
Cool. Yeah.
Oh, right. And aggregates, right?
Yeah. Well, no. That would be the.
Could you do aggregates on an NFL?
We could.
Yeah.
We could.
Yes.
That would be interesting.
Points scored, points allowed, away points.
We're doing it this offseason. Let's go.
Oh my goodness! Send it in the chat and pin it or something like that. I'm going to do that right now. Okay, work chat. So this is the greatest idea we've ever had on this show. Okay, can I pin things?
I don't know if you can.
I think
yes, I can. Okay.
You worry about this. I'll move on to the next
NFL.
Take.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, this take actually already hit. This is from God Alex. He said Washington's new name will not be Red Wolves or Wolves, and they already ruled both of those out.
Well, I can't give him points until they officially have a name. But yes, I understand.
But they did officially confirm those will not be the name. So
well, yes, but we need to know the actual name before I give out points for that. It's like the Spider-Man one that it doesn't matter if the first person watched the movie. We don't want to give it out this first day.
Right.
That's true.
So yeah, it is pinned for everyone.
We got here. Right.
Okay.
Great. I just exposed all of our messages.
Excellent.
Not all of them, but
well, maybe. Do we have any more hot takes we want to go over?
I think we pretty much like the next one after that was the Steelers training for Kirk Cousins, but that's already been discussed.
I believe we touched on the last episode. So
yeah, so I think we're pretty much all caught up on the takes.
All right, spiciness. Boom, we are back. There was a football game at 1:00 my time, 10:00 Jack's time. It should have been at 4:25 my time and 1:25 Jack's time, but some stupid executives at Fox would have preferred to watch Saints Panthers at 4:25 instead of this game. I don't know. I don't know why you want to watch Sam Darnold. Henry, you'll have to inform us why.
No, I watched it. You don't, for my draft position's sake. You don't want to watch Sam Darnold.
Okay.
His 2-minute drill.
You already watched him for the last 5 years.
Yeah, I watched him
torture
myself a little bit. Oh, that's a wobbly chair. I thought I was leaning on my chair like as an elbow rest, and it just went flying. Yeah,
I still have to find a Lego
splash
bridge
to the
jump
Lego
off
bridge.
of.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so, I gotta figure that out.
Are you having difficulties? Are you watching Sam Darnold right now?
I am.
Are you
yeah,
you currently mimicking Sam Darnold playing the quarterback position?
Yeah, that's basically his pocket presence.
Ah, yes.
Anyway,
We watched the game. I watched it on Red Zone because I am in Virginia, so I'm in Washington football team territory.
Oh, how fun!
And
Eagles,
Jack probably
Eagles
got to
football
watch it
team.
on his TV.
I watched the entire game right here on this PC. I was just.
All right. Wait,
I'm gonna
I
sit
have
here.
I have a question. Or would you rather for you?
Yes.
Since you're in the Virginia area, would you rather almost fall on Jalen Hurts, be like one of those fans who were on that railing, or watch Sam Darnold and do a 2-minute drill? Because I think that's a really, really tough question for me.
Okay. In fairness, Dan McGee, shout out. In
Hey, Dan.
fairness to Sam Darnold, the one time I posted a poll on the app, will Sam Darnold lead a comeback drive or lead a game tying drive? He did. He sliced and diced the Minnesota Vikings. One of the best drives of the season. It happened to be the only good drive of the Panthers since week 3. But I might have to watch Sam Darnold because he could throw an interception. That would be pretty hilarious.
It would. Oh,
It's
no,
like
no.
there's-
His sequence was he took a sack on first down. They burned a timeout. They had 3 timeouts going. He took a sack, first down. Second down, threw it incomplete. Third down, it was 3rd and 19. He got bailed out by a face mask call. First down. So the first down he gets out of that, he gets sacked again. They have to call their second timeout. The second down, he throws a pick. And that ends the game.
That's not great.
Gotta love it. Gotta love interceptions.
Anyway,
All right, Teeks. We have the resident Panthers fan here. I would rather fall off the roof of Ford Field than watch a Sam Darnold drive. If you're interested in watching a U Stadium legend, Glenn, talk about the Panthers, you can tune in to yesterday. He did a show. We call it Youth Therapy, Carolina Panthers. And Henry is nodding his head because he made a glorious thumbnail.
I did.
That was quite humorous. So if you're interested in
Matt
that,
Rule, more like Matt Toole, am I right?
yeah, kaboom,
Ha
yeah.
ha ha.
Yeah. So definitely like snarky 16-year-old vibes.
Mhm.
So yeah,
You know.
there we are. So if you're interested in that, tune in after you finish watching us. So thank you for tuning in, and let's get back to the matter at hand. My squad versus Jack's squad, mano a mano.
long-awaited
at M&T
battle.
Bank Stadium. 2 years ago, they played at the Coliseum. The Ravens took a dump all over the Rams on national TV, 45-6. It was a Jackson 5. The Ravens had like 270 rushing yards. I miss those days.
Unhealthy
didn't run
Todd
for
Gurley,
270
Jared
yards.
Goff at QB. I mean,
Healthy Robert Woods.
healthy Robert Woods, sure, but he wasn't really like. I don't think he was injured. I think he was dealing with a personal matter at the time. So
Aaron Donald, he was pretty good Sunday, per usual. Shocking.
it's about what we expected.
He made the team of the week for the 8th time. He's even surpassed Joel Bitonio. Joel Bitonio was like left guard of the week a month.
I'm getting the
a month
impression
straight.
that Splash is like not happy talking about this game,
No,
and it's like,
it's so
it's
sad.
to be fair, okay, it started off horribly for me because we have yet another. What's that? Matthew Stafford just threw another pick as we're speaking. So I'm just kidding.
And it's the shout out to Chuck Clark. Oh yes,
Chuck
Teeks,
Clark. Yes, he was. Indeed.
Aaron Donald
Yes,
was
yes.
training with knives.
So Stafford, the first interception was a pick 6. I was angry at the play call more than the actual interception. Like, don't get me
Chuck
wrong, it was
Clark
a
turned
terrible
into
throw.
prime Ed Reed, Jets
But
legend Ed Reed.
Yeah, it was a great read by Chuck Clark too. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not trying to discredit anything, but what in the world was Sean McVay thinking trying to pass on 3rd and short in your own territory when Sony Michel's already had some momentum going his way? That was such a stupid play call. I was like, obviously, you can't be mad at stat or like, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to. See, I tried not to remember the bad plays, but
Yeah, it's like part of like
It was-
part of a Stafford thing, part of a McVay thing, right?
yeah,
It's
like you can't fully blame Stafford for the first 2 picks, I would say.
Mhm.
Especially like I didn't agree with the deep shot there that he
Yeah, and
threw
then Clark just makes a play on it. It's
triple
like, okay,
coverage on
arm
OBJ.
punt. That's fine. Hey, Tyler Huntley had an arm punt of his own, and was it Jordan Fuller?
Jordan Fuller, his first
Jordan
pick of the
Fuller.
year. That was what got the Rams going again. They scored a touchdown off of that. Couple good throws by Stafford there. That's the only touchdown Cooper Kupp had. He had kind of a quiet game. He did have a couple nice moments. He did break a
Yeah,
Rams
because we can't
record.
freaking tackle anyone. I think our season tackling grade is in the 40s. Might be in the 50s. I think it's in the 40s though. So, hey, if you need tackling dummies, don't ask the Ravens because we have none. It is clear to me that we do not practice tackling. Every other team outside of maybe the Lions is better at tackling. Maybe the Eagles. Alex Singleton misses all of the tackles. But regardless,
What's
it's
his
bad.
name? On the Rams, David Long Jr. He misses everything. He's
I don't
terrible.
Quincy
He had a pick
Williams
in the end
had a
zone
lot
against the
right
Bears,
there.
and he's been terrible ever since. So
It happens. It happens. So the Ravens are leading. Then Tyler Huntley just gives the Rams points. And then the Ravens actually go down and score again. So it goes into the half 13-7. We're vibing at this point. We're vibing. I believe you guys kick a field goal, right? And then we get back and we move the ball. You know, the Ravens move the ball. Justin Tucker splits the sticks. It's great. We're vibing. It's at one point it's 19-14. Sorry, 19-14. So you did not kick a field goal. You scored a touchdown.
yes,
It's 19-14. Stafford game-winning drive situation.
I was like, just please. I think the consensus of Rams Twitter during that last drive was like, you can make up for that pick 6 earlier and the other interception. You can make up for everything with a game-winning drive here. And oh my goodness, did he deliver? Like, everyone's going to be talking about. Here we go with this. Everyone's going to be talking about what OBJ did on that drive, and they should talk about it. But at the same time, what Stafford had to do to Cooper, he had a nice pass to Tyler Higbee, who almost fumbled, but he didn't fumble. His elbow was down. He had another nice pass to Cooper Kupp. Stafford deserves credit for that game-winning drive. What he pulled off there was fantastic. And I mean, he's done this again and again and again in his career, but that's not something the Rams as a team have done this season or really ever under Sean McVay. Like, the last huge comeback we had was that loss against Buffalo. It was the dreaded 28-3 lead for the Bills. And then the Falcons were the team that originally had that, but then the Rams, they pulled it off. So that was a fantastic catch on 4th down and 5 by OBJ. Fantastic touchdown catch. I feel like this Jack Polk guy is here just to piss me off, but
It's the Battle of the Jacks.
Oh man. Shout out to my boy Polk.
I think I've finally gotten a read on Matthew Stafford overall this season. Just protect the ball, man. That's all you got to do, and you can be perfect or near perfect. Just protect the football. Don't take unnecessary risks. Make the safe throw if you have to. He can be very, like we've seen before this season too, what he's done, like against Arizona this year when he protected the football, he didn't turn it over. He had a fantastic game. So
Yeah, he turned the ball over 3 times. The Ravens hadn't forced a turnover in about a month. They had forced, I think, 1 turnover since the Sunday night game against the Ravens the Sunday night game against the Browns. The Ravens just can't force turnovers. That's one of the reasons why they're all in these close losses, because they're not getting the other team off the field in critical spots. But that's neither here nor there. To wrap it up, there have been 8 games in the NFL decided by 1 point. The Ravens have lost 3 of those 8 games. No other teams
Fire
lost
John
2 of them.
Harbaugh.
shout out to Von Miller for making that clutch sack at the end as Henry's been put on timeout. But yeah.
Darn it! My intro is going to be over. My intro is going to be over under. How many times do I kick Jack out for making a Ravens Rams reference?
And
It's
Henry's
so far
the first one to go.
hasn't happened. Henry
Hasn't happened.
Henry has gotten kicked.
Yeah.
So
It's okay.
there we are.
That's
That is
yeah.
our
Just
Ravens Rams. Other
limit
than that, we're gonna.
turnovers, Matthew. That's all you got to do. Limit the turnovers.
It happens.
But fantastic that OBJ and Von Miller, who were both our biggest acquisitions mid-season, showed up when they needed to. So hopefully we get.
I'm gonna block you, buddy.
Oh, speaking of that, did you see that he's teasing a what's it called? A return to the NFL?
Yes.
Jim Harbaugh. Yeah,
Yes,
Bruce
that's
Feldman
on,
of the Athletic.
Oh, you're
reported
wrong. This comment down there.
Oh,
is wrong.
that's
But,
wrong. Yes, but
Yeah, we saw that
But
in
yes.
Super Bowl 47, baby.
the Harbaugh Bowl.
Or
But
I
Raider
think some people
Nation-
just called it the Har Bowl.
The Harbaugh
Harbaugh?
sounds better. Yeah.
is that the one where the blackout happened?
Yes.
Yes.
After Beyonce played, yes.
The Blackout
Ravens.
Bowl.
34-31. Highest scoring, actually the second highest scoring losers in a Super Bowl. The San Francisco 49ers. And the Ravens averaged 34 points per game in their Super Bowls. Good work,
Do you
everybody.
guys prefer a defensive battle or an offensive shootout?
Offensive shootout.
Depends on the game. It
Yeah, I guess
depends
it depends on
on
the game too. Like they're like
if it's good offense or if it's bad tackling, then no. But if it's like I think you guys remember the play Chiefs Ravens, the touchdown throw Mahomes had 2020, like I think it was to Hill over like Peters, and Peters had perfect coverage. Yeah, like that. If it's that, a bunch of those, as long as it's not on my Ravens, that's awesome. But if it's, I don't know, like Jamar Chase running through the Chiefs because they can't tackle him, that's a little less exciting to me. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I again, it just depends on the game and like what are my personal expectations for that game. Like there was a Rams-Bears game in 2019. The Rams were terrible on offense with the ball. The Bears had Mitch Trubisky at QB. Enough said. And I just came into that one like defense. I am 100% with you guys. So that one, and then you have a game like Rams Chiefs, where of course offense.
105 points in that game. And one YouTube warning for us. Great work, everybody. Anyways, let's move on to another team in the AFC that had a disappointing weekend. That'll be the Miami Dolphins. They went to Nashville. To me, the best part about this, all week, like Tuesday to Saturday, it was like 75 in Nashville. And then it's 30 and freezing rain on Sunday. So if there's Bill Belichick, he has sorcery up in Foxborough. Mike Vrabel snatched some of it and brought it down to Nashville.
Right.
Bill Belichick controls the weather is the theory that people were bringing up in that one game. I think the Ravens played in that one actually.
Yes, that's yes. He lost again. I
Honestly,
lost
think
money.
he
I made
might.
a bet on that game. I said the Ravens would cover 7. That was the one time I've ever been confident that the Ravens would cover a spread, and they didn't.
Can't tell me there weren't outside forces in that Thursday night game or Monday night game against
It
the
was
Bills.
Sunday night.
Oh, it was?
The Patriots one was Sunday
Yeah,
night.
it was Ravens at Pats Sunday night.
No, the Patriots Bills this year.
Oh yeah, that.
Oh
that
yeah,
was bad.
yeah.
I thought that was in Buffalo though.
It was.
Maybe because the Bills are the Bills. Maybe Bill Belichick.
Yeah, the Bills
played a role in
Belichick.
that. Yeah. All right.
Brothers Belichick? That I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe.
Anyways,
Maybe.
Dolphins got curb stomped. They controlled their destiny. All they had to do was win, beat the Titans, beat the Patriots. They were in the playoffs. They were the 7th seed heading into Sunday.
They had
and
just come off of a 7-game win streak after
just
a
said-
7-game losing streak.
And they just said, peace.
And that one loss,
Okay.
that one loss, we have to do some shuffling on the screen here, but that one loss
Yeah.
takes them out of the. They're out. They're done. That's their
Yeah,
season.
they are
so.
currently ranked higher than the Ravens, but they do not have a path to the playoffs. Although if they win, they knock the Ravens out, like I mentioned earlier. So Tua, Tagovailoa, Tua. I'll just call him Tua. You hate to see it end like that, but Titans, top seeds in the AFC. So
Did
we
not
asked this
really
on
see
the
that one coming.
No. Neither did I.
I will say,
all
I
of
will
the good
say,
relapse. But
I did kind of see Tennessee coming, but this was while they had like Derrick Henry active. Like they would probably still be the 1 seed, honestly, if Derrick Henry moves around.
I would like to point out that the Jets beat the 1 and the 2 seed, and they finished 4-12.
Yes, they did
finish
lose to the Jets.
4-13.
Yeah.
The Jets, the opponents the Jets beat were the Bengals, Titans, the Jaguars,
The Texans.
and the Texans. So 2 acceptable wins and 2. What in the world are you doing?
Yeah.
How? What's going on?
I don't know. The NFL is weird.
Yeah.
Throw back to the time the Titans went into Los Angeles without Derrick Henry and dunked on the Rams.
I'm not gonna make excuses for that game.
Yeah.
Trap game. That's what I'll say.
Yeah.
Trap game.
Yeah. So congratulations to the Titans. They've clinched the AFC North second straight year. Like I told everyone, like I said, all off season,
AFC
they're going to
North
win the
or
AFC.
Yeah, they moved to Baltimore.
So-
Actually.
They would win the AFC North this year, but they won the AFC South. Although ironically, they did lose to the Steelers. So for what that's worth, back-to-back champions in the AFC South. They have won the division more recently than the Browns have. Fun fact. Although it was back in the AFC Central days before they did realignment and called it the North.
Remember back in the day when the NFL tried to name all their divisions starting with a C? I thought that was funny.
No.
Yeah, they did that at one point.
Really? Well, so what would it have been?
I don't
Is this
think it
like an
was that.
elaborate joke or
I don't know, but they actually did try to do that.
The coastal, the central, the California,
the other coast?
the other coast.
Tixa, the Panthers are not beating the Bucks, pal.
No. Wait, maybe no.
No, stop.
There was a division called the Century Division.
The century.
It was
What?
literally
That sounds like an infantry of like
the
futuristic
capital,
horses.
the central, the coastal, and the century. This was in like the 60s.
That's awful.
I think this is a bad joke.
I'm not kidding. This was something they tried to do.
What?
So
Where's
okay.
the setup here?
Yeah, I don't know.
Where's the
I don't know where the
punchline?
setup
Yeah.
is. Yep. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
let's keep this train rolling. Let's talk about the full playoff picture. As always, I'll break down the AFC. Jack has the NFC. Here's what the
I get
AFC
to
playoff
wave
picture.
hello.
Yeah, you get to wave hello. You get to talk about the teams that are not in the playoffs, and you get to tell us how they can make the playoffs. Okay, deal?
Well, I don't know that.
Okay. Can you go through the AFC playoff picture, and I'll tell you how everyone can make the playoffs?
Sure.
Okay, let's go.
I'm perfectly fine with just sitting on the side and smiling awkwardly.
Oh,
if you want-
darn.
if you want me to do
Okay.
that. But I can. Yeah, let me pull that up right now. On the
Okay.
fly, Googling. Here we go.
So there
AFC
are
playoff picture.
10
I got it.
teams.
Got
Okay,
it.
there are 10
Okay.
teams in the AFC that could still make the playoffs. There are 8 teams in the NFC, so 14 teams. Peace. See you next year. See you 2022. Henry, hit me with your best shot.
Best shot. Okay. Well, the 2021 playoff picture is not loading, but I do know this much. The number 1 seed is the Tennessee Titans.
Wonder why you know that.
And the number 2 seed, that's the Cincinnati Buccaneers. Wait.
Cincinnati Buccaneers.
Listen, I'm on the spot here.
Okay, edit. It's actually the Kansas City Chiefs. They lost to they lost to the Cincinnati Bengals. Yeah. So the Chiefs are 11-5.
Oh,
the
I
Bengals
thought the
are 10-6.
Bengals slid into second.
No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
no. They're
Oh,
they're
okay.
third. Bills are fourth. Both
Bills
of them
are
are
fourth.
10-6.
And the Patriots are fifth.
Yes, the Patriots and Bills are tied, but the Bills have the better division record. So the Patriots need to win and a Bills loss to get to the jump up. But here's the thing. The Patriots can still be the number 1 seed. The Bills can't. It's hilarious to me how that works because the Bills lost to the Titans, but the Patriots beat the Titans. So the Patriots can win the tiebreaker over everyone. The Bills can only jump to 2 because I believe they can have the tiebreaker. The Bengals can fall below them, and the Bills beat the Chiefs head-to-head. So they can jump over the Chiefs. The Bengals can finish with their worst record, but they can't jump the Titans. So there you go. So I would like to see the Patriots as the number 1 seed because that means they beat the Dolphins.
I need to follow the NFL more. That might help.
We are on an NFL podcast.
Yeah, that could do it.
New Year's resolution.
Yeah, there
Follow
we go.
the NFL more.
New year, new me.
Okay.
New you.
Too bad the Jets won't be playing many games.
Yeah. Wait. So you're saying that if the Jets beat the Patriots tomorrow, they can be the 2 seed?
The Jets don't play the Patriots tomorrow.
The Bills. You know what? I blame the traffic lights. The Jets are mathematically eliminated. I know that. I know the Jets are mathematically eliminated.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Let me talk about what Jack said here. How do we feel about the Cardinals beating the Seahawks and Rams losing to the Niners and Arizona taking the 1 seed? Well, not to burst your bubble, but the Cardinals cannot take the 1 seed because they, 1, lost to the Packers, and 2, are way behind the Packers in the standings. So they can win the division, though.
They can win the division. I think they beat the Seahawks. The Los Angeles Rams will beat the San Francisco 49ers. This is the week. It is happening.
Freezing cold takes anyone?
Shut up. Okay, we're gonna remove Splash here. This is the time the streak comes to an end. It's over.
That was a good one. That was clever.
Yeah.
I wonder who you learned that from.
Yeah.
Yeah. The funniest part to me, we'll touch on the Saints in a second, but the 49ers are in a situation that they need either a win. Okay. I know. So the Niners are in a situation that they're going to be favored to lose, and the Saints are going to be favored to win. So if it goes to plan, if Vegas is right, the Saints are in the playoffs, the Niners are out. So how do you feel about that? How do you feel about the Niners losing to the Rams and the Saints beating the Falcons?
That's very much possible. I don't think the Falcons stand a chance against the Saints. I mean, it might be a bit more of a competitive game, but the Saints are not really going to or the Falcons are not really going to do anything in that game. I feel like they're just out of gas. So, did we read the injured Jimmy G? Yes. Did we read the NFC scenario yet?
Oh, we have not yet. I don't think we finished the AFC.
No, we did. Did we?
Okay.
No, the
okay.
Colts. No, wait. I have more.
Okay. 6.
6 is the Indianapolis Colts, who are, according to the NFL, they are falling down. I don't know if they're going to be able to get up.
I don't know. Maybe they need life alert.
Yeah, they might need life.
Will they need to be go to the horse pistol?
Yeah, the horse pistol. All right, then we got the Chargers in the 7th. The Chargers. And then 8th is on the bubble. The Raiders are at the top. And then I think, Splash, that's your junction.
Yeah. So the Raiders are the 8 seed. They are winning in. Doesn't matter. They are in the playoffs. If they lose, they have a shot. But I'll talk about that in a second. The 9 seed Steelers, 11 seed Ravens. Yes, there's a gap. Miami's in the 10 spot. So for these teams to jump into the playoffs, Raiders, it's simple. If you beat the Chargers, you jump over the Chargers. You're in the playoffs regardless. The Chargers would be out under any circumstance because they lose all tiebreakers to the Colts and they would lose out to the Raiders. So it doesn't matter if they're both 9-8. The Colts and Chargers are both 9-8. The Chargers are out. The Colts get in by beating the Jags in Jacksonville, which they haven't done since 2014. They also get in if the Chargers lose. If the Chargers lose, the Colts get in. Or if the Ravens win, but the Dolphins also win, the Colts still are in the playoffs, regardless of what happens in Sunday Night Football. For the Steelers, they just need 2 things. They need to beat the Ravens, and they need they technically need 3 things, but I'll get to the third one. They need to beat the Baltimore Ravens. They need the Colts to lose to the Jags, and they need Chargers, Raiders to have a result, win or loss for either team. If it's a tie, they're out because they'd be behind both the Raiders and the Chargers by virtue of losing to both of them during the regular season. And then the Ravens, my team, the 11th seed in the AFC, somehow the 16th draft pick right now. They need 4 games to go their way. First, they have to beat the Steelers in the 1:00 window. Second, they need the Jaguars to beat the Colts in the 1:00 window. Third, they need the Patriots to beat the Dolphins in the 4:25 window. And last but certainly not least, they need the Raiders to upset the Chargers in Sunday Night Football. In this scenario, the Raiders would be the 6th seed. The Ravens would be the 7 seed. So go Ravens, go Patriots, go Raiders. Can't believe I'm saying that. And go Jags.
Okay. NFC. Packers are the 1 seed. That's not changing. They've clinched. Rams are the 2 seed, 12-4. They control their destiny in the NFC West. Buccaneers are the 3 seed. They're also 12-4. Cowboys are the 4 seed, 11-5. Arizona 11-5. They're the 5 seed. The 7 seed Eagles have clinched before the 6 seed 49ers.
Yes.
Really? How?
I don't know.
I can explain.
Explain
The 49ers beat the Eagles head-to-head. So that means the Niners hold the okay, Austin, thank you for the Maction update. Ohio leads Akron at the half.
Are they still playing
That's a
football,
pretty
or is that
high-scoring
basketball?
baseball game.
Oh,
It's basketball, but
yeah, okay.
so why are the Niners ahead of the Eagles? Well, the Niners beat the Eagles head-to-head, and they have the same record. Boom, easy. Why are the Eagles, however, below? This boils down to a 3-way tiebreaker with the Saints, 49ers, and Eagles. The Eagles beat the Saints head-to-head, so the Saints cannot pass the Eagles. However, the Saints can pass the 49ers. So if the 49ers lose and the Saints win, I believe in any circumstance that involves those two results, the Saints are in the playoffs, the 49ers are out. And the Eagles are obviously in already. So the Eagles, they can lose and they're good. They could even lose and move up to the 6th seed if the Niners lose.
So
And the
San
Saints
Francisco, regardless of their results, is pretty much waiting on they're waiting on the Eagles or the Saints. I mean,
yeah. So if the Saints lose, the 49ers are good. But if the Saints beat the Falcons,
49ers are done.
could get interesting.
So our game only matters for the division, and if Arizona finds a way to lose to Seattle, we can win the division regardless. But
Yes.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Right.
A lot more
That's
simple
fun.
in the NFC.
And sadly, the Lions cannot make the playoffs.
No, Detroit is done.
Sadly.
Unfortunately.
Sadly.
All right, that pretty much covers the playoff picture.
It's pretty clear. Shake, shake, shake the Polaroid.
Yeah.
There we are.
Go
So
Bucks.
the Cincinnati Bucks.
Yeah, not the Tampa Bay ones. Not like the ones.
Yeah. What are you
Cincinnati
gonna?
ones,
Oh, you should redesign the Bucks logo. So instead of like the skull in the middle, it's like a Bengal.
Oh, that's.
Yeah.
I could do a whole thing about it.
Yeah.
Combining each.
Baddies-
Combining
Baddies
a couple
Stadium
logos.
teams.
Like. I don't know how I do the Jets and the Lions though. I mean, I guess I have to just change the color.
Yeah, you could do color.
Yeah.
Just those cursed color swaps, like this is what your team looks like in your rival colors or something.
Yeah, when like Baker
I used to
Mayfield wears
do
Ravens stuff.
so often. Awful.
It makes sense. It happens. All right. So we have some relatively breaking news today. Jim Harbaugh, famed Michigan coach and the bane of my grandmother's existence. I don't know if you heard her.
I did.
There you go. Sound effects.
Yeah.
He is apparently interested in going to the NFL again.
Yeah.
Do we know what team?
Raiders were
Raiders,
hypothesized. Niner. Well, no, he wouldn't go to the Niners.
No, he would not go.
He could go to the Rams. I'm joking.
God, no.
He could replace the Ravens head coach, who happens to have the same last name.
Yeah, Frankie'd be a fan of that.
Yeah, Frankie would. So would Nick. Well, how about this? What if both Harbaughs like work together? How do you think that would function?
Like co-head coaching thing?
Yeah,
or
like
he
a
just
co-head
works for-
coach.
That would,
like what the Dolphins tried to do at offensive coordinator when they were 1-7.
so
You know, they're
weird.
they're
I
good.
think the Rams have actually done a couple of times. They haven't had like a single before Kevin O'Connell got hired. They haven't had a single offensive coordinator.
KOC.
I mean, they have worked really well together. In fact, Jim Harbaugh's defensive coordinator at the University of Michigan was on the other Harbaugh staff in Baltimore for 8 years.
Tiksa, you are really pushing the boundary here. Thank you, Damon. I appreciate the comment. I'm aware he hasn't had a good game since October 11th. You're preaching to the choir here, buddy.
Jim Harbaugh.
Jim Harbaugh, boys and girls.
Harbaugh.
So he had a
say
successful
Harbaugh.
streak with the Niners. They went to 3 straight NFC title games.
Mhm.
Of course, only won one of them, and then got dunked on by the better Harbaugh brother. How are we feeling? If he goes to Vegas, if he goes to, heaven forbid, Jacksonville, if he goes to, those are the two current openings. The projected openings, we think Chicago, Minnesota, New York Giants could be open, should be open,
Seattle
probably
could be
won't be,
open.
should be open. Seattle could be open as well. Where do you think is the best spot? If you're a prospective NFL head coach, where do you want to go, Henry?
I'm not going anywhere near Vegas.
Interesting.
I'm also not touching the Giants because I think I have the power to bring in my own staff. That's a must for me. I don't want to work with someone who's already there.
Okay. You're going to fire Patrick Graham?
Oh, no, I wouldn't fire Patrick Graham. I'd fire Dave Gettleman, though.
I wish you.
Yeah.
I'm sure Joe Judge wishes he could fire Dave Gettleman into the sun.
Yeah. So can I fire? Can I replace a coach or is this like the opening?
You get your full say.
Yeah, you get like staff. If you you build your dream staff wherever the heck you want. Although
you can either keep people, you can fire.
You can't be like, oh, I'm going to have Sean McVay as my offensive coordinator. That doesn't work. But if say, the equivalent of like Dan Quinn, because he got fired from Atlanta.
Right.
Let's say you wanted Pete Carroll to be your defensive coordinator for some reason. You could do that. Or if you wanted Matt Nagy to be your offensive coordinator. That sounds like Mike Zimmer. Actually, Mike Zimmer as a defensive coordinator could work. I think that could work.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking I want to go to Chicago. I think I like the idea of having what's his face? Justin Fields.
Okay, Fields. I like it.
Yeah, and the defense is solid. I'll fire everyone because I don't know who's on the team, but
okay.
So we'll just make do. I'll bring in Matt Rule as maybe like a quality assistance coach.
Wait, are you joking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Matt Rule.
Maybe Joe Brady.
I'm stealing Mike LaFleur from the Jets to be my offensive coordinator.
Interesting.
And
you guys have had a competent offense last few weeks.
Yeah. Boots LaFleur, baby.
Yeah.
And so I think that happens. I'm going to be calling the plays. I'm going to be my defensive coordinator.
Ooh. Okay. If I had to make, like,
oh God,
I don't do that. Okay. If I had to build like my an all-time staff, I'd probably roll like me as a CEO type. So my goal is to be as much as clone of John Harbaugh, Mike Tomlin, those kind of guys, and say, I'm just going to care about how you're feeling. I'm going to motivate you, but I'm not worried about offense, not worried about defense. Might do some special teams. I could be down for that. But if I could have my choice, Joe Brady is an interesting one as OC because he sucked in Carolina, but I don't think it's all his fault because he had Teddy Bridgewater and Sam Darnold and guys like that. But I'm going to Jacksonville.
Yeah, I was going to say Jacksonville too, honestly. I feel like there's some pieces to work with in there, especially like
number 16, the flowing locks.
That's exactly what I was about to say too. Trevor Lawrence, like, why would you not want to work with him?
Because Shad Khan and Trent Baalke.
But nope. We have
clowns. Right.
Yeah, we have the Clown Conspiracy. It's like V for Vendetta, but better. Great movie, by the way.
Yeah.
Is Shad Khan gonna get the con? I'm trying to say can, but
can. Yeah, I get what you mean.
Is he gonna get con?
Is he gonna get Shad Khan?
I mean, how can he do that? How is?
Do you have your Henry? Do you have your cans meme?
I have cans.
Grab it.
I'm grabbing it.
Grab it. Okay. So we have a new segment. It's not really a new segment. It's just today. While Henry's pulling that up, Damon, in certain aspects, maybe, but do remember that this offense is specifically built for Marr, which means by proxy, it's built for Tyler Huntley, which makes Huntley look a lot better than he would in most situations, I would imagine, at least immediately. And it helps with, say, Mark Andrews knowing what he's going to do every single day on the job, whether it's Huntley or Lamar or Josh Johnson for that matter. And also, boom, roasted.
I think he's got the LA teams mixed up with that one.
Yeah.
Oops. My apologies.
Oh, yes. Here we go.
an energy drink. I don't usually drink caffeine. This is like me decaffeinated, so you can see why I don't tend to drink caffeine.
Yeah,
I accidentally had an
understood.
energy drink as a post-workout. I thought it was like a Gatorade type of drink.
Because it makes you call teams the Cincinnati Buccaneers.
the
That's
Cincinnati
why.
Buccaneers. Exactly. So I had an energy drink, and this happened.
I love it so much.
This is the best graphic you've made in a while.
I know. I've really been slumping, and then there's this. Because it like fundamentally is a good graphic, like the top bit and the. I made it in the style of CBS Sports, and then I just added the soup.
Honestly, that seems like something they have.
NFL memes would post.
The Pick Six podcast is what they have.
Yeah,
at CBS.
exactly. That's
This
what I
is
was
something they
thinking
would
of.
post. This is something they would post.
That is
Really
glorious.
bummed
That is
we didn't
glorious.
post
You're the
it,
best,
but-
Henry.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Austin is right. That is the GOAT graphic, my friend.
I
Okay.
wonder what flavors these coaches would be.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
yes. Okay. So are we going to do it based on the color of the can? Like, are we going to do like a cheddar soup for Vic Fangio? Or are we going
What
to
does that mean? Does that imply that Matt Rule is blue raspberry flavored?
No,
No.
just a blue container.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You have two blue containers.
Okay. So I think Joe Judge is depression colored.
Yeah.
So like depression soup, like
Oh, he's like a white bean.
ooh, okay. I'm following you. He's like a white bean soup.
Yeah.
Okay, that you
so
might eat during the Great Depression. I agree.
bland. You know, my grandfathers used this offense. We
Yeah.
ate this soup too.
Yeah, it's the kind that you have to. It's like getting Cheerios instead of Honey Nut Cheerios. You add like a
Right.
pound of sugar to it, or you add honey to it. I've done that before.
Really?
Like I
Come
get
on,
regular
I'm
Cheerios.
interested.
and just,
I'm interested in trying that.
just like a teaspoon of honey on top. It's actually quite good unless the honey accumulates on just one Cheerio. Then it's like too much honey on one Cheerio, and then the rest of them are just Cheerios. Which,
Yeah.
like, no disrespect to Cheerios, but Honey Nut
You
Cheerios.
have like the thing that the bee holds. Like I don't know what it's called. The honey stick.
The honey stick. Just the honey stick.
It's just a honey stick. Yeah. Do you
Honey
have one of
wand or
those?
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That's cool. I don't have one of those though.
Mm.
Carolina Panthers. What flavor of soup is that?
Something wild.
I feel like it's like
Sam Darnold's tears.
Yeah.
melted ice cream in a can.
We're
Yeah.
just thinking of like these terrible flavors for these
Yeah,
terrible.
melted
treats.
ice
Oh,
cream
I'm
in a
trying to think
can.
of actual soup. I'm going with chicken and wild rice.
I'm not
Okay.
a soup guy, so I can't really help out there.
Wow, I had
I have
squash
s-
soup yesterday.
All right, Splash. I think you're gonna love this.
Okay.
Every day, every Tuesday rather, I eat soup.
Okay.
Just out of it's just it happened coincidentally a couple times. and
Like
it's
Adam
a
Driver,
tradition
like
thing.
this is good soup.
It's good soup, but you know what I call it?
I don't even know what movie that's from.
I make myself laugh every time I say this name. I call it Super Tuesday. Like
What
This
is
is the best
happening with
show.
this show?
Okay, Jack,
this is what
did you
happens
watch?
when you guys bring me on, okay?
Yeah,
I'm
Jack,
not-
did you watch when Henry and I talked about pizza toppings?
Oh, I don't think I did.
So
Oh,
we
that's
did
great.
toppings.
we did a H&R Locks, which is still
H&R
the
Locks,
greatest
which
name
is
of a show
already
we've ever
great
done.
That was a fantastic decision.
We
to
need
come
to
up with that
bring
name.
it back.
We're bringing
with
it back.
NBA games.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I don't watch NBA, so
Oh well,
Well, we'll
yeah,
figure it
pretend,
We'll figure it
pretend. Yeah. Okay. Oh my goodness, this
Oh.
this is going off the rails. But Henry and I had a full show that we did like H&R Locks, and then at like the 45-minute mark, I'm like, let's play a game with pizza toppings. It's like, okay. So we went back and forth naming pizza toppings that we thought would be less and less likely to be on a pizza, but they had to be something that you could eat, right? You couldn't do like I don't know, a
Erasers.
paper plate. That doesn't work. But we went.
Speaking of which, there was a time, not paper plate, but a pizza box. I've eaten pizza box before.
You what? Elaborate,
Listen,
please.
Explain.
okay. So we
you go full screen, buddy.
This is falling apart.
Okay. So once upon a time, it's like winter break-ish era. So this is like recent. This is like 3 weeks ago. I'm at my friend's house. We're eating this really bad pizza. And my friend's like, hey, there's this TikTok. I don't know what it is. I don't watch TikTok. And it's like, they're like, yo, this pizza gotta be like really good. And then they pan to like this really bad looking scene. So my friend's like, why don't we recreate it? Because we already kind of made a mess because it was not the best, but so we ended up we start just eating this. They got a veggie pizza. Who does that?
I can't confirm veggie pizzas suck.
I mean, I'm fine with it, but like the veggie pizza we got had like eggplant, but it wasn't like saute. It wasn't like fried eggplant or anything. It wasn't anything eggplant parmesan. So we had an eggplant layer and then veggies on the top. So mushroom, tomato, lettuce. Not lettuce. Not lettuce. I was thinking of burgers. No lettuce on it. Like broccoli, like all the fixings on a veggie pizza, but it had a layer of eggplant. So we're like, we're taking a fork, we're picking out the stuff we want on the pizza, and what happens?
That's a good one. Teeks, you win.
Someone suggests, why don't we take a bite out of the cardboard? At this point, you know who I am.
You took a bite out of the cardboard.
I'm not going to use my candle to demonstrate because I would be getting fired. That would not be good. But I'm going to take my empty juicy fruit cup. I just go fucking on the cardboard. It's like, and I don't even like spit it out of me. I kind of like am holding it around like a dog with like a toy in its mouth, I'm kind of going on like I'm walking around with people within my face to make sure everyone sees what I've done. Why did I do this? So eventually I take out the cardboard. It doesn't taste terrible, partly because we like sprinkled salt over everything.
Oh my goodness!
It just kind of was just salt that I was eating. And I have the TikTok somewhere. It was a sight to behold. Let me see if I can find this. I mean,
I'm worried for your well-being.
I'm not sure we should see this TikTok.
No, there's not me eating it on there. It's just the aftermath of what we did.
Okay, go ahead and post it on the app. Let's pick
I'm not posting it on the app. It's going to be seen on the sports desk and the sports desk only.
Okay.
Hang on.
I'm terrified.
Okay.
All right, keep going. I'll find this.
Okay.
Should we talk?
Jack, update us. The NHL Winter Classic you told me was on some sort of like drugs. Explain.
Yeah, it was on drugs. I mean, the final score was 6-4 St. Louis Blues, but the actual score was probably 8-2 because 8 of those goals
was it against the Wild?
It was against the Wild. 8 of the goals.
Did my man's Kaprizov score?
He got credited with a goal that got kicked in by a Blues player.
Okay, peasant. Sit down, peasant.
God, the first thing I think hockey fans need to know, if you do not know who Jordan Kyrou is, learn the name. This dude's going to be incredible. He had 4 points in this game.
You need to get a hockey show for Jack.
Yeah.
We have, I don't even know if I could do a hockey. Now you got me thinking about doing a hockey show.
Why not? You're passionate about it.
What were the shots on goal? I need stats from this game.
Yeah.
All right, it's
TNT was covering it. They did a good job. It was their first one. So we had Kenny Albert doing the play-by-play.
NFL legend. Yes.
Yeah, he does the NFL.
Good stuff.
What am I looking at here?
Okay.
Does he have the TikTok?
Blues, I have
Blues
it,
went
but my
1 for 3.
Really like, okay. I have it.
So I don't have like all the stats up in front of me.
Okay, Henry, you throw up the TikTok.
Banned, by the way. You're banned.
I
don't make the rules. Oh God.
You ready?
Play it. I wonder how many people notice that when they saw
Chomp.
for the
Bro.
first time. Just a huge bite mark in the box.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's my pizza story.
I want to carry this into something meaningful. If we can get maybe $15 worth of donations on the stream, we have $4.99 right now. If we can get to $15 of donations on the stream, we have this $4.99, so $5. If we can get 10 more dollars, on the next stream, I will buy a pizza for the sake of this show and take a bite of the pizza box live on camera.
Oh, I would have done it for free.
I'm not committing. I'm not,
If you pay for the pizza, I will eat. I will take a bite out of a pizza box.
I have one of the. I've saved. I don't know why I saved that. I have one of those Domino's like pizza pedestals, is what they call it.
Oh, I love those. I used to collect them for no reason.
They leave. They've been doing that with like contactless delivery. They just leave it on your doorstep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They're great.
So again, $10. Buy the pizza. I will take a bite out of the pizza box on camera.
So back to the Winter Classic. Blues went 1 for 3.
The smoothest transition of all time. Keep rolling.
Blues went 1 for 3 on the power play. Wild went 0 for 4. They actually ended up.
I don't do TikTok. Those are friends TikTok.
They actually ended up pulling their goalie because they started their boy Cam Talbot, but he left the game. I want to say that it was. I was like almost gonna say it's because of the injury. He actually is dealing with a long-term injury, which could hurt Minnesota. They had to bring in Capo Kakkonen as their backup. I think they mostly did pull him though, just because he allowed 5 goals in the second period, or 4 goals in the second period. But either way, I mean, that's not bad. It felt like every time the Blues rushed down the ice, they would score like almost every time. Like they scored 3 straight to make it 4-1. Minnesota comes back, they finally get a goal, and then like 2 shifts later, Minnesota's giving up another goal. They just could not get anything together. Nothing seemed to be working. It was like just St. Louis is a good team this year. I think they're actually pretty high up there in the division standings. Let me take a look at those really fast.
I believe when you updated us last night, my Red Wings were 9th and your Kings were 9th, yes?
Correct. The Blues are they're currently leading the Central. Minnesota's dropped to 3rd in the Central, so they still occupy a playoff spot. Let me look at the wild card standings. The Red Wings are still 3rd. You have to be top 2 in the wild card to get a spot. They're 3rd behind Pittsburgh and Boston. Kings are 3rd behind Colorado and Edmonton. It's going to get interesting. I think it's going to get pretty interesting. The Blues are playing against the Penguins tomorrow, so that'll be fun to watch.
Wow. Henry coming in with the fire. I wonder if there's any relation between this Henry and the Henry on the screen.
Let's see. I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't think so. So
all right. One more tidbit about hockey. If you were a Calgary Flames fan and you were excited for the new arena that's coming whenever, I apologize, that is now dead. The Flames just decided we're going to stay in the Scotiabank Saddle Dome is what it's called.
Yes, sir. Hatixa coming in with the fire.
That's
go. 2 pizzas. What kind of pizza should I get? If we get a third one,
It's a good question.
I don't know.
Do what you want. It's your pizza.
Okay, so. Good point. Let me get a meat lovers from Papa John's.
Probably what's going to end up happening is the Saddle Dome just gets renovated. I don't think the NHL wants Calgary to leave. It would suck if the Flames left. They've spent a really long time in Calgary after leaving Atlanta. So,
we are well aware of them leaving Atlanta.
Yeah, Atlanta and hockey apparently have not gotten along too well. So that sucks.
Have you ever had anchovies on your pizza?
No.
I haven't either, and I feel like that's like an urban legend. Like I don't think I've ever seen anyone order an anchovy pizza.
I don't know. I guess I wouldn't be opposed to it. I don't know. I generally like fish. I've had sardines before. I had
I can't do it.
something with an M when I was home a couple weeks ago. So I don't know.
Mushroom.
No, not mushroom. It was like an M fish, like like not malarkey, but mackerel.
Okay. There it
So
is.
mackerel is pretty
All
good.
right.
So we have some NBA talk today.
Yes.
The team
Yes.
at the top of the Eastern Conference is the Chicago Bulls.
Oh,
And
wait,
this
that's the
Chicago
team I
Bulls
like.
team. Oh,
I can
congratulations, Henry.
contribute. I can contribute to this discussion. I'm so excited.
Yay. Okay. So
Yay.
Henry's team, the Chicago Bulls, they lead the Eastern Conference. They're 25-10. They are rolling. They are a really strong team. And they are led by none other than my friend DeMar DeRozan.
MVP.
But he has been DeMar DeRidiculous this season.
He
DeMar the
decided
game-winning shot this season.
he was going to open up the new year and close out the old year too by nailing a game-winning 3-point buzzer beater on one night, and then doing the exact same thing the following night.
First
Henry.
player in NBA history.
Yes.
Oh, I'm stealing Splash of stats, aren't I?
Oh, I was going to do a different one, but yes.
Yeah, it's
Go
first
ahead,
player
finish.
in NBA history plays basketball, not football. First player in NBA history to score a buzzer beater on back-to-back days and back-to-back games.
Yes, can confirm.
In back-to-back
DeRozan-
years.
Yes, back-to-back
Yeah.
years. He is averaging 27, 5, and 4.5, shooting 49.5% from the field, 36% from three. But here's perhaps the most special thing about DeRozan with relation to those three buzzer-beating 3-point shots. Do you know the last Bull did a buzzer-beating game-winning 3-point shot?
I'm going to guess D-Rose 2011 finals or conference finals.
Oh, well, that is one, but
Is it
yeah,
sooner
that's a
than
good
that?
point. The stat I guess might have been wrong, or maybe it was like a score reversing one. It's Michael Jordan.
Jeez.
Really?
Yeah, it had been almost 25 years since a Bull hit a score reversing buzzer beater game winning 3, at least in a regular season game.
Man.
So congratulations to Rosen. He did it back-to-back nights. Unreal. Just he's been magnificent. Where do you have him in the MVP conversation, Henry?
Well, that's a good question because I don't watch basketball. I just like the
Great.
Bulls, and I follow the Bulls on Twitter. So
That-
right now I have him at 8th. Just out of arbitrary sake, I have LeBron,
Okay.
Giannis. Jason Tatum, maybe. I don't know.
Okay, great. This this has gone off the rails because we were gonna have a nice conversation. I was gonna get to clip it, and then we were gonna have this nice. And he's like, nope. So
I saw
DeMar
the
DeRozan,
NBA Central posted their like basketball reference like MVP watch, and I saw DeRozan 9th. So I'm like, I don't like that. He's gonna be 8th now.
I'm looking at that.
Okay.
He's 9th. So Giannis, Jokic, Curry, Gobert, KD, Harden, CP3, LeBron James, DeMar DeRozan, Donovan Mitchell. So Giannis is having a great season. Jokic is having a great season. Of course, both of those guys have won MVPs in the past. Stephen Curry, of course, 2-time MVP, 1-time unanimous MVP. Gobert is having a nice season for the Red Hot Utah Jazz, 27-10, best record, third best record in the NBA. My apologies. KD, Harden, you know what you're going to get from those two. They are both pouring in tons of points, tons of rebounds, tons of assists. CP3, 14, 4, and 10, still rocking and rolling. LeBron is averaging 28.
LeBron's been hurt this year, and he just does not care.
No,
He is
simply
just
does
going
not care.
off
He is
game after
built
game after
different.
game. He's 37, by the way.
I have a question for you, Jack. Who has scored more points in their age 37 season? LeBron
Nobody.
James or Michael Jordan?
It's LeBron. I don't think.
Yeah, Michael Jordan was retired for his age, his entire age 37, like that calendar year. So congratulations, LeBron
How
James.
old was he when he retired?
He was 35, and then he came back with the Wizards when he was 38 to 40.
Gotcha.
So
there you go.
LeBron, he might be the greatest player to ever live.
It's ridiculous. What is
He's
it? Year
also
19?
called Le Communist,
Le China,
Le Evicted.
Le Mickey.
Le COVID J and James was one of my
I
favorites.
like that. I like.
That wasn't mine. So that was.
Okay, Mom. I'm not. Tide Pods and a pizza box are totally different things. Like a Tide Pod can kill you. A pizza box
He's
will
not going
kill
to
you.
See,
swallow
I'm
the
not.
cardboard.
I'm not
That was
even
never
dumb
part of
enough
the
to eat a
agreement.
Tide Pod. Okay, like I am dumb. I'll make some questionable choices, but I would not eat Tide Pods.
I haven't done the eraser challenge. I didn't do the cinnamon
What's that one? You have to
challenge.
eat erasers?
No, it was like you rub an eraser. I probably shouldn't describe it but
Don't.
okay, let's say you rub an eraser on your arm and then you put hand sanitizer on it.
That
Oh
sounds
my God.
awful.
That
I
sounds
agree with
horrible.
you. This is what idiot sixth graders were doing when I was in sixth and seventh grade. I don't understand what goes on in these people's heads.
I don't know where these challenges come with.
Speaking of
just don't get it.
heads,
What do you mean by that?
yeah,
He's thinking of a transition.
Yeah, I am
Okay.
trying to think of a transition. What has gotten into Antonio Brown's head?
Oh, that kind of head. Okay.
I don't. I've given up trying to figure out Antonio Brown forever ago. Apparently, I just saw on Twitter like 10
He's not technically off
minutes
the
ago.
Bucks, right?
No, he's
still a
not.
Buck.
Yeah.
I saw on
Despite
Twitter
what
like
Bruce
10 minutes
Arians
ago.
said.
He actually is dealing with a serious ankle injury, but
Which that's what he was just returning from. So
Yeah.
I'm going to side with Antonio Brown here. I'm going to side with him and say if he didn't think he was healthy enough to play, I don't think he should be forced to play.
Yeah.
Did he
I agree with that.
overreact? Yes.
yes, he overreacted.
He overreacted. But if he had just walked into the locker room and said, "Hey, BA, Bruce Arians, hey, my ankle is injured. I cannot play."
Uh-huh.
Okay, it's a game against the Jets, so you can't question his. Oh, he doesn't have the will to win. Like hashtag use stadium memes. Okay,
Mhm.
he clearly does have the will to win, but it's reached a point that he can't play. So I'm going to side with Antonio Brown here and say that yes, Antonio Brown has made plenty of mistakes. I get it, and I'm not going to forgive him for every mistake. I'm not going to forgive him for throwing things at children out of windows. Sure, but I think he is in the right here. I think Arians is in the wrong. And I think in the heat of the moment, they've had a misunderstanding, and Antonio Brown went full Antonio Brown, and then Bruce Arians afterwards went full Bruce Arians.
Yeah.
I'm going to give Antonio Brown the benefit of the doubt and say he got screwed over by the coaching staff. And I think the Bucks are an objectively better team when Antonio Brown is on the field. They are an objectively better team when he is a member of the Bucks, and they are not winning the Super Bowl unless he's on the field. That is point blank. He is not winning. They are not winning the Super Bowl unless Antonio
I
Brown
don't
is
think they're
on the
winning the
field.
Super Bowl, period. But that's besides the point. But
Yeah, I'm with you, both of you. I don't think they're making it past the second round. But I mean, I fault Brown. Of course, I fault Brown. He had his choice that he made. And I joke that honestly, if I were losing to the Jets at that level, I would call it. I would be the same. But now if it's an injury, I mean, I totally think
yeah,
the player knows his body more than he does the coach. And
I think it was just publicly a bad
I think,
look.
yeah, the fact that he made such a show of it is why we're having this conversation.
Fair.
Yeah,
Fair.
They
I
should
think
have communicated
that is
better
a
in the locker room.
mistake on his part. But at the same time, I think the original mistake was Bruce Arians trying to force him to play in the game. I think that's the original
I
mistake.
agree with this. Yes.
And then beyond that, did Antonio Brown make a fool of himself?
Yes.
Was it great meme material? Yes. But I am going to
Yes.
side with Antonio Brown
Unquestionably.
here. This was an all-time meme day.
Yeah.
But I am going to side with Antonio Brown and say, hey, if a player is telling you I can't play, I am injured, don't put him in the bloody game. Don't try to put him in the game. And he knew well aware that he was 8 catches away, 50 yards away, and 1 touchdown away from $1 million. If anyone knows that, actually Brady knows it first, but the second person to know that is Antonio Brown. And he is not forfeiting, but saying, Coach, I cannot play here. And I think Bruce Arians overreacted and Antonio Brown double overreacted. So here we are. I wish Antonio Brown nothing but the best. I hope he is suiting up for the Bucks week 18. I hope he gets his incentives, and I hope to see him on the field at SoFi Stadium February 13th.
I don't. As the last one,
obviously, but
I know what you mean.
You know
I
what I
what you
mean. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like I love watching Antonio Brown play. I know he was a Steeler for a long time. I know he's made mistakes in the NFL, but he is. I'm getting emotional right now. So Cooper Kupp joined a club Sunday, 50 yards in 16 games. The only other player in NFL history to do that is Antonio Brown. He did it twice in a row. He had 32 games in a row. He had at least 50 yards. No other player has done that over 2 consecutive seasons because he's the only one to do it twice.
Mm-hmm.
Antonio Brown is one of the most talented player, maybe not talented, one of the most hardworking, committed players on the field I've ever seen at any sport, any position. He is a Hall of Fame talent. He is a Hall of Famer on the field, and he has some off the field stuff. And people were comparing him to Terrell Owens, and Terrell Owens took offense to that, which I understand if you're TO, but I want Antonio Brown on the football field. I know he has issues. I get it, but I want him on the stupid field.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
Okay. We have a new segment. It's a new segment. Jack,
We've done it before.
Unveil. And Henry, welcome.
Thank you.
We've done
Glad
it
to be
before,
here.
but we have not quite done it. Or we've not quite come up with a name for it. We've been brainstorming this for a while. We're gonna call it Tier This. There's the
That is
logo
a
for it.
sick logo.
Ooh,
I like that a
So-
lot.
me too.
Oh, it fits too. Let's go.
Oh yeah.
Or it mostly fits. But yeah.
I love the design gasm there you guys had together.
Yeah.
So last week we tier listed the home jerseys or the dark jerseys for each NFL team. This week we're doing the light jerseys. Now
I'm gonna have to clip. Should I clip both of them and do them separately, or clip them and do it all in one stream, one video?
that we can discuss that later. I think
Okay.
clipping these would be a good idea though. But anyway, a lot of this criteria that we're judging these on is probably going to come down to design because as you've noticed, all of them, or at least most of them, Rams are white. So
It's like the dragon meme. You have the 2 normal dragons, and then you have bone. Oh. All
we'll probably do alternate jerseys next week too, by the way. But let's just jump right in. Cardinals, what do we think?
I hate them. I'm not a fan. I don't like a two-tone jersey ever to begin with. I prefer solid or gradient. So, I mean, I don't know.
You have a fan of gradient jerseys here.
Gradients are okay. Gradients are
Okay.
okay.
See,
I
think the
work
Rams
with gradients so heavily that I've just become accustomed to saying, "Hey, there's a gradient."
I think the Cardinals, I would probably roll C tier. Like I kind of like the Cardinals. Like I've always liked the Cardinals. I wish they'd won Super Bowl 43, but I would have bought a Larry Fitzgerald jersey if I liked their jerseys. That would have been one that I got 8 years ago. But I have never liked the Cardinals jersey, so I C tier max for me.
Yeah, I would probably D tier this. I don't like it. It's way too busy for me.
Yeah.
So, speaking of busy, the complete opposite of busy is the Atlanta Falcons here. This is, I actually don't hate this.
Yeah,
like
it's pretty
it.
fun.
It's
like
mostly
it.
the number font that bugs me with Atlanta's jerseys, but
Yeah.
this is clean. I don't
See,
know.
I do like the font. I'd probably roll B tier here for me.
Yeah,
I would
we can go
too.
B tier with Atlanta. Baltimore, Splash, you go first.
White is the only jersey, primary color that I do not own. I own an inverted color rush to a gold, Lamar Jackson. I own 2 purples, J.K. Dobbins and Joe Flacco, Waka Flocka. And I own a black Marlon Humphrey jersey. I do not own a white jersey yet. I would like to, but I don't have the funds to do so. If you like, donate and help me buy a jersey, I would appreciate it. But I do like the whites.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Mm.
What? No, siree. We do not.
I also
We-
love
we're-
the quick profile picture change for Dan there.
We appreciate the support, Dan.
I kind of agree that a lot of these are plain, but sponsors, no siree,
don't-
Bob.
No.
What if we did like a Atletico Madrid X, like Baltimore Ravens jersey? Like if we had, I
can
forget
make
what their
those.
sponsors.
That would be fun to do.
Yeah,
that.
like if we
just
did like
switch around
a,
jerseys,
Yeah.
like if we did like a, I don't know, Manchester. If you got like a color match, like
Mhm.
say, I don't know, Manchester United's like red black, right? And you got like the Falcons. If you cross like Manchester United kit with Falcons jersey, I wonder how that would look with like a Chevy Like
It could.
I don't know
it
that
could
I
be
don't think that would
okay.
vibe with the South, but
I might try it.
what if you did like the MLS team in the city?
Mhm.
Like
MLS
Atlanta
X
United.
NFL combo.
Yeah,
You know,
Atlanta
I did that. I made an Islanders and Jets jersey. Hang on, let me see if I can find it.
Well, that's hockey, but
Oh
I get
yeah,
what
but
you're
it's the
saying.
same. It's the same concept.
I really like this. I really like this idea. And then you could like if you had, I don't know, like
Yeah, I have
the
this.
Ravens could be sponsored by, well, M&T Bank would be the obvious one. I like it. I like when we have ideas that spawn new ideas because I like
Yes.
Right.
because you could get like M&T Bank, obviously that would be or Jimmy's Seafood. That's
Yeah.
a Ravens reference. The Packers could be sponsored by their own fans.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
Just Packer fans on the.
Yes, just like one Packer, like the face of a Packers fan every week.
All
This
right.
week
Really
we're
like that
sponsored
idea.
by
Where
Jerry.
are we putting the Ravens?
I like a solid C tier. I don't really like the numbering on the Ravens, but
I'd go B or C.
We'll put it C. I'll kind of even things out between what we're saying.
Both very good. I like it a lot.
Bills could be S tier, honestly.
Yeah.
S or A.
Yeah.
Henry, you're
Yeah.
the deciding
No,
vote.
I'm with
Time.
you. S.
All right, S tier it is.
All right, S tier it is. Okay, Carolina,
They're
A
pretty good.
tier. I'd go A tier.
Yeah,
with this
A
one.
tier.
It's better than the ones you had last week.
Yeah, they had their black ones last week. I think.
Mhm.
I like their teal ones better. Their
Me
aqua
too.
blue, whatever blue it's
Yeah.
I think the
Um,
Bears to me are an S tier.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
this
just
is
history.
called. Clean.
just
It's just
clean.
history.
You have the GSH on the sleeve. George
Mhm.
Stanley Hallis.
Oh, that's what I actually
Um,
never knew what that stood for.
Yes.
Oh.
The Bengals get at least an A tier in my opinion. I think the away jersey is really clean.
I think they're
Yeah.
very nice. I'd roll A tier with them.
Yeah, I'm too.
Browns.
A tier.
Yeah.
Just
I
the
will not argue there.
boldness, the male fortitude of these jerseys. Like the
what?
5 times.
You're making it. You
the
were making it
male
sound like it should be
fortitude.
an S tier.
When Nick Chubb runs the ball 5 times a game because Kevin Stefanski doesn't know how to call plays, but
When he does run
yes,
the ball.
when he does,
we saw what he did yesterday.
drinks
with that
Tsaki's.
vicious stiff arm. So
oh yeah, he and Najee went back and forth with us. That was
yeah,
beautiful.
that was fun.
Shout
to
out to
watch
Najee
last
Harris
night.
winning me a fantasy league. $100 in my pocket.
We've got the Dallas Cowboys next. This is basically their home jersey, but it's their light jersey and their white jersey. So
I can't say I'm the biggest fan. It's almost like too simple.
yeah, I mean, but then you have teams like the Raiders too. So it's like,
Raiders.
and the
I
Saints,
don't like the
they keep theirs
Raiders.
relatively simple.
I don't know. I'd probably go C out for Dallas, maybe low
Yeah.
B.
We'll probably put it at C. Okay, Broncos.
They're in the same boat as the Cardinals.
I like it. I like it a
I
lot
like it a
more
little
than
more
the
than the
Cardinals.
Cardinals, though.
Yeah, I mean, I
They
guess
don't-
it's less noticeable because they don't have the sleeves.
Yeah, they don't overdo it on the sleeves.
Yeah.
So,
Probably,
Alright.
I would go B tier with the Broncos.
All right, I can work with
Yeah.
that.
B for Broncos. There we go. The Lions.
Your
those are
boys.
sick.
I like the numbers. I like
yeah, I
the
like the numbers.
the WCF is in one of the Fords. I forget which one, but
Yeah.
it's one of the Fords. I do like the Lions.
I do too.
I do too. I'm trying to look it up right now.
I would go C tier or B tier
Yeah.
for B tier. I could go B tier for the Lions.
I do too.
William Clay Ford is the WCF. So we'll go B tier. I like this jersey. It's pretty clean.
Is that Packers?
That is Packers. That's
that is
Yeah,
terrible
I
picture.
can't stand the Packers jerseys actually.
that is a terrible picture.
Because
though.
they never updated the material on there, so they have like a mesh sort of thing. and
Yeah, the picture
color
sucks.
Isn't, no, not even on the picture. Like in
well,
general,
I
They
know. But
they have like
I
a
think the picture
rounded
sucks.
collar.
too.
You know, the picture sucks too. But yeah, like the rounded collar that's what gets me. I can't have it. It has to be pointy.
So what are we doing with the jersey then? Are we gonna
I
S
mean,
tier it or not?
We are not S tiering that jersey.
Definitely not. I kind of wanted to, but their away ones are not as good as their home.
no, the home ones are so much better. I would put it at a B tier at worst.
I'd go C probably.
yeah,
honestly.
yeah, you're right. B tier.
Yeah,
at best.
I would roll C tier as well. Got the
Texans.
Houston Texans with friend of the show, Deshaun Watson.
They're not
I
terrible.
did not want to add Deshaun Watson's jersey for the record, but I couldn't find any other pictures.
I think it's solid. It's one of those solid yet unspectacular. It just screams like B tier or C tier for me.
Right.
It's too plain for me. It needs a little, or like for a team like the Texans, I feel like it needs a little more. So I'd probably put it C tier, B tier.
I go C tier.
We'll go C. The clots, as Splash likes to say.
Yes, the clots. I could go A tier with this one.
could
I think it's
too.
really nice.
I
Yeah,
It's
like that.
2 colors, and they just use the 2 colors. It's obviously there's only two notable colors with the Colts, but they use them and they use them well.
I like the idea that the stripes on the shoulders are actually racing stripes.
Okay, I like
Yeah,
it.
I
It's
like
the
that.
Motor City.
We'll go.
I like that.
At the Motor City is definitely not Indianapolis, but they do have the Indianapolis 500.
Wait, but
Yes.
is that Detroit?
Motor
Yeah.
City's Detroit,
Yeah.
but
I mean,
Indy is
the
like
Indy, the brick. What is Indy?
The Brickyard.
Brickyard.
Brickyard. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brickyard
Um,
400.
Yes, Brickyard 400.
Yes.
Although they're not doing that this year for whatever reason. But
NASCAR fan Jack with the analysis.
anyway. They're racing on the road course, which is really weird, but
Hmm.
whatever.
Okay. Jags.
Jags.
I
This
prefer their
is-
other jerseys. I don't mind those. I prefer their other ones.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is a solid one, but
Yeah.
there are
It
other
is a
ones
solid
that are better.
one. It's solid
but
white.
Yeah, it is a solid white jersey. We're gonna have one that's not solid white in a moment. Let's go B.
Yeah.
We'll go B
Okay.
for this one. The Chiefs.
Prefer their reds.
I do,
I do too.
So we can go.
Chiefs fan Henry with the analysis.
Yeah. There you go.
We'll go C.
That
Why not?
works.
It's better than.
Notable Chargers fan Jack here with the analysis of the Chargers jerseys.
They're backwards is it like that? Did I just draw an S? I think so.
It's better than their powder blue ones. I'll give it.
I
that.
love them. I love every uniform the Chargers have.
I think all of the Chargers jerseys are A's.
We'll go A
I'd
tier.
go as S tier for that one,
I'll
but
put it A tier.
yeah, that works.
Okay.
It's just to preserve my own.
Now
sanity.
we have Bone Jersey fan Splash here with the analysis. I love
Splash,
the Bone.
you like these though.
I
So
like
that
the
is-
bone too. It's a nice change of
That's
pace.
what she said. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, I do like it. It's a change of pace. I agree with you. I like the concept of like an off-white, like a creamsicle, or not a creamsicle, a cream color white. So I like it a lot. I would own one of these if I had more funds. So I could go A tier on these.
Yeah, here's the thing. I don't hate the color. I think the bone color is actually a nice idea. The problem is the jersey design is terrible. So
Oh,
I
because
don't
you
like-
have a
it
logo
has,
on
like-
yours with the LA Rams on the
yeah, it's not even a logo. It's like it's a white box.
tag.
That's like it's a name tag. It's literally a white box. It's a different color than the rest of the jersey. It has actual white like stripes. It has like almost white and then white stripes and then yellow stripes.
Ooh.
I don't know what the pattern they're going for on the shoulders is. It's
I
just
don't either.
I don't hate it. I really don't, but I wanted to see more out of it. But I don't hate the color. I would go B tier for this.
Okay.
Fine
by me.
Yeah, we'll go B tier
Yeah,
for the
okay.
bones. It could be better. I will say I don't hate the color bone. If they did that with their next road jersey, honestly, all they need to do is make their alternate jersey, which we can get to next time.
Mhm.
Their away jersey.
So with the Raiders,
The Raiders. Okay,
That was pretty
my,
cool.
there go my eardrums.
That was I've never made that sound before. That was pretty cool. Anyways, I prefer their darks over their whites here.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Probably a B.
Do they wear the
or
same
C.
pants? I think they wear the same pants for home and away.
Yeah, I
Maybe.
think so too.
We'll go B. I want to take a moment to answer this question in the comments, by the way. These are both F1 drivers, but I do watch F1 too. I watched it this past season. That's a good question. I like both of these guys.
This is a really questionable question.
How so?
Do you guys think candle wax stains? It's like a matter of how did I get to the point where I'm asking that question?
No, I don't think so. You
I
should,
don't think it would.
in theory, you can actually use it to if you use an iron you can heat it up
Oh, cool. All right. I'll keep that in mind.
and get it out. Or if you let it harden, then you can also get it out there.
Yeah. All right. That could work. Okay. Good. That eases my worry.
Okay. Cool. Miami
Cool.
Dolphins.
Yeah,
I like them.
I'll get
them.
an answer for your F1 question later. Miami.
Not as good as their Aquas, but I do like them. Or as good as Orange if they were orange.
I would probably B tier this one too, honestly.
We have a solid bell curve going.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. That means we just have to put the Vikings in the B tier and the D tier, but these are not bad jerseys though. I like Minnesota's.
Yeah, I like the stripes on
I
the
do too.
sleeves.
That's a solid A jersey to me.
Yeah, that's an A tier for me. Patriots is probably S tier for me.
S tier.
S tier. I was a huge. I mentioned this last time too. When I found out that they were gonna redo their entire uniform set around the color rush jerseys, I was like, yes, like these are so good for the Patriots. I don't like the team still. Don't get me wrong, but the uniforms look good.
Yes, notable Patriots fan, Jack.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
13-3, baby.
love the Saints
I don't
jerseys.
like
I like
them
their
at
alternate.
all.
I like their color rush. I like more than these.
Yeah, I don't like
That's a
these
D
at all.
tier jersey to me.
Too plain.
I could go C or D.
We'll go D.
All
I'm not a fan of these.
I kind of like the Giants. As much as I don't love the homes, I do kind of like the aways. I would prefer like a red.
It's so
If it was
weird
an
what the
inverted
Giants have done. The Giants, they have like a blue and white home jersey and then a red and white away jersey. Like, what are you?
I don't get it.
You can include all three colors.
Yeah.
In both of them, and they just don't. I'd
It
go
happens.
C tier.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
good with C.
It's a plain jersey. It's generic football jersey. The Jets.
Our white jerseys are the worst ones. We should make the blacks the away jerseys.
I love the blacks.
I love the blacks. The other ones suck.
Jinx, you both owe me soda.
Whoa!
Whoa! Pause. D.
Hang on. How many do we have?
It sounded like we were about to D tier.
Stop.
I could
It's
go
better
C.
than D.
That's true. We'll go
Holy
C.
Christmas.
So it sounded like for a second we were looking at the D tier here. So I jumped the
Okay.
gun a little bit. That's my bad.
Eagles. I think that's a really bad picture.
That
but
is a picture. Shout out to Fanatics, the NFL shop. I could not find a high quality away jersey, so I had to use the custom jersey picture, and that's what I also did for Green Bay, which is why that one looks bad. So
makes sense.
the Patriots one looks better, but everything else is just not.
Yeah, I don't love it for the Eagles. I don't love the font. The font looks better to me in white on a colored jersey as opposed to in color on
Their
a white
black
jersey.
jerseys are really good, but I don't like
Yes.
the whites. We can go C tier. The Steelers,
are A tier.
Yeah.
they're an A tier. I think Seattle is also an A tier.
Yeah, it's
Seattle's up
solid.
there for sure. Those are really clean.
Niners.
Niners.
Too simple.
Yeah.
It's almost too simple to a fault.
I want to D tier this one so bad.
I'm down to
too.
D tier it. I'm down to
yeah.
D tier it.
It needs more and not a black drop shadow. For the love of God, that one looks bad.
I love their like their alternates. I love the Niners alternates, and I don't love the Bucks white. I think they look better in every other color but white.
okay.
Creamsicle, pewter.
You
if
said
they
the red.
were
You
to-
said the red one looks worse last week.
Okay, I definitely prefer the creamsicle. I don't know. They're okay. I could go B or a C tier.
I'll put it B. I like it better than most. Most of these jerseys, I should say at the bottom, but something just fell.
I don't know how I feel about the Titans. I prefer their I prefer their home jerseys over these.
Yeah, I do too, but I don't hate these. I would B tier these, honestly.
Yeah, B tier.
Oh, we were so close.
Do we screw up the perfect bell curve?
I don't think
we're
we screwed
legally.
up.
I think we're legally required to put these in B tier.
These are probably B tier anyway. Let's be real.
Yeah.
This is just Washington.
All right, there
So
it is.
we've got the bell curve, everybody. There you go. That's what we think of the away jerseys. We'll do
the
alternates
Le'Veon
next
bell
week,
curve.
assuming we can find them all, because I don't even know like the full list of which teams have alternates and which ones don't. So
Make sure you guys ring a ding ding that Le'Veon Bell. We had a
Yeah.
bell curve today. It really served a purpose as like an ad for us because
Yeah.
I talked to Henry and Jack before the show, and we said, no matter what, we are going to have a bell curve in this, so Splash can dive into the Le'Veon Bell jokes.
Totally didn't, but
No,
Sure.
I think he did.
Yeah,
He just whispered it. So
maybe I
it
wasn't
went
here.
past.
Maybe I like got
Yeah,
up and went
maybe
walked away
maybe
for
you
a
have
second.
earwax in your ears.
Candle
I need
wax.
to get them cleaned out.
Yeah, candle wax. Yeah, you're gonna have to
Candle
heat it
wax,
up with an iron. Don't actually do that.
Don't do that.
Henry,
I
you
don't
can actually
recommend.
do that. I would look it up on the internet and just
I'm
say how
going
to
to. I
get.
spilled my candle all over myself.
All right.
How?
On that note,
I went to
Anyways.
extinguish it, and I took the candle. I kind of moved it too fast, so it kind of just sloshed out.
listen. At least you didn't set the room on fire. I think that's the
Yeah, it's
important
probably
thing.
better.
So
Yeah. All right. With that said, set those like buttons on fire. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button. Ring a ding ding that notification bell, that Le'Veon bell. Make sure you follow us on Twitter and Instagram at UStadium. You can follow me, Jack, and Henry on our socials. You can tag us on UStadium and say, "Hey Splash, hey Jack Mitchell," or "Hey Henry F.
Yeah.
I like your show, Bucko."
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
do
that's
that.
cool. We can send you some points for
Yeah.
that. My phone died, but yeah, I'll send you like 50 points if you do that. So if you're still following the show, we appreciate you. 52 episodes.
pretty much a year. I don't think it's quite to the date yet, but we're
Not
getting
quite.
close.
Yeah, congrats, guys.
Thank you.
Thank
I've
you.
been there for 2 of them, so I'm just as
Is it
entitled
only
to
2?
share.
I think you've
I
been
thought
here
it
for
was
three,
one.
Might have been 3.
3, 4, somewhere up there. But either way, 52.
This is why we're going to ban you. With that said, boys,
Just kidding, Zeke. We
Remember.
appreciate you.
remember, Henry, do you know the line?
Aaron Donald trains with knives.
Yes,
there we go.
sir.
Yeah.
Aaron Donald trains with knives.
See you next Tuesday.
Who's going to do the